Hello, welcome back to Firesense Gaming. My name is Ben, and today we're continuing on with Ever17. So last time out we had an impromptu little snack break, where we kind of learned a little bit more about the timeline of what happened to LeMu. And then we decided to kind of split up, get the lay of the land. So we met up with Sora, but we didn't, I don't know, that's kind of a weird meeting. And yeah, we're gonna go find somewhere else to go. I really don't think it matters too much, so let's just go to the Dolphin Merry-Go-Round, why not? I headed to the room of the attractions. There was a carousel there. Only instead of horses, it was set to a dolphin theme. It looked like its official name was the Dolphin Carousel. With no visitors around, the ride seemed a little spooky and very lonely. Even the dolphins themselves looked sad. Whoa. Suddenly a happy melody started and the ride began to rotate. And of course, no one was riding it. All of a sudden, it no longer seemed so lonely, but that much more spooky.
What is this?
Watch out, this place is haunted.
Even think about it gives me creeps.
Then, from somewhere I heard someone snickering. Apparently a little sing-songy laugh is just Mwahaha. Ian came skipping over to me. Hey Takashi, when did you get here?
Looks like you're having a lot of fun.
Well, it is fun, isn't it? Does it make you happy? I always wanted to give the spider well once. You pointed to the merry-go-round.
Don't you turn it on without any warning? You almost gave me a heart attack.
I mean, it's not like she knew you were there.
You surprised the heck out of me.
I shook my fist at her. I might have been exaggerating a little, but... Toshi, how could you be scared of a silly pot of wooden dolphins? You looked at me sideways and grinned at me mischievously.
Nobody's supposed to be here in the theme park. It's like a horror movie.
Jeez, you're such a chicken.
Well, you're wasting energy by turning it on, too. What if there were a blackout? We have no idea how long LeMu's backup power is good for. Besides, everybody knows you should save energy.
So you're not only a chicken, but you worry a lot, too.
What are you talking about? It's common sense.
Takashi, so you don't know? Next, she held her palms out and feigned exaggerated surprise. LeMu doesn't get any of his power from outside. It's all generated inside this complex. Now more than 300 feet underwater on the ocean's floor are thermal seafloor vents, basically hot springs. So LeMu takes hot water from there and uses it for steam. The part of that steam is used to turn the turbines, that's how we generate our power. Well, LeMu is a theme park. It's also a closed-cycle plant and a test case for self-sufficient power generation. And that's all memorized from the new employee manual.
I see.
I explained in that kind of depth, and all you can see is AC.
I mean, what a wonderful explanation. You're a model employee.
Takashi, that was sure sexy scream you let out when the dolphins started moving. You were scared, weren't you? I think I'll tell everyone all about it.
Do what you want. Then again, maybe you shouldn't.
The dolphins had stopped moving of their own accord. You explained that the ride ran for about 3 minutes each time before shutting off automatically. We leaned against the fence surrounding the dolphin carousel.
So, you only work here part-time during the holidays?
ええ、4月の末から泊まり込みでここで働いてる。今日で4日目かな。
Yep, I started at the end of April and I've been staying here. This is my 4th day.
Then out of the blue you get this. Pretty rough.
クラナリはレミューに来るの何回目？
Takashi, how many times have you come to the meal?
This is the first time.
私の方が3日余計にいた分だけマシだね。
And I've only got a 3-day head start on you. You laughed happily. She was sure cheerful. I had to respect her unflagging optimism and energy.
You're tough. I mean, the situation is so depressing, it doesn't seem to faze you.
そんなんじゃないよ。さっきも言ったでしょ。暗い方がいいの？
No, I'm really not. It's just easier. I said earlier, didn't I? Would you rather I get depressed?
I think it's better to laugh.
そうそう、そんだけよ。
You're right. That's all we can do. Then she laughed again. I tried to force a smile. You stretched like a cat. Then she sat there and hugged her knees. I followed suit and sat down next to her.
本当はね、
To tell you the truth,
お父さんがここにいるかもって思って来たの。
I came to work here because I thought my dad might be here.
Your dad?
実はね、私のお父さん、レミューの開発部門で働いてたの。
Actually, my father worked in the research and development division of LeMu.
Research and development?
ああ、コンピューターのプログラムよ。ソラが使ってるホログラムとか、レミの端末とか管理システム。
Well, he worked on a computer program. It's the hologram that Sora uses to let me terminals in the complex control system.
詳しくは聞いてないんだけど、その辺のどれかを作ったらしいのね。ここができる前、レミューの建設中から関わってたんだって。
I don't know the details. He worked on all from when the LeMu was first being built.
もちろん、一人でやってたわけじゃないよ。
Of course, he didn't do it
プ
alone.
ロジェクトの一員として開発に携わってたってこと。
He was one of the members involved in developing the project.
Huh, is that
で
so?
も、お父さんは、
But my father...
お父さん、ある日突然いなくなっちゃったんだ。
My father disappeared one day.
What?
行方不明になっちゃったの。
He just went missing.
When?
それが、物心ついた時にはすでにいなくって、
He's been missing as long as I can remember.
私が1歳の時、つまり今から17年前のことね。
It was when I was a year old, 17 years ago.
17 years ago. So you don't remember your
う
father?
ん、
No,
写真とかムービーとかでしか見たことはなくて、
I've only seen pictures and movies of him.
ちゃんとした記憶は残ってないの、全然。
I don't really have any memories.
今言ったことも全部お母さんから聞いた話で。
Everything I just told you I have from my mother.
But why? Why did he disappear?
それが分かればこんなところまで来たりしないよ。
I mean, if I knew that, I wouldn't come here.
ただほんのわずかな手がかりがここにあるだけ。
But the only clue to what happened is probably here.
お父さんの姿が最後に目撃されたのはこのレミューの中だったの。
The last time my father was seen was in the meal.
だからここに来れば消えたお父さんの手がかりが何か見つかるかもしれないってそう思って。
So I thought that if I came here, maybe I'd find some clue about my father.
I'm assuming that's supposed to be you again?
It seems like my mom has already given up, so I can't count on
お
her.
母さんはお父さんのことを死んじゃったんだって思ってるみたいだけど。
My mom seems to think my dad is already dead.
Dead. The word dead had a heavy ring to it.
でもね、
But you know,
私は信じてるの。
I
I believe?
お父さんは絶対どこかで生きてる。
I believe that he is alive somewhere.
だってそうでしょ。
He has to be.
お父さんはただ行方不明になっただけで遺体が見つかったわけじゃないんだし。
He just went missing and they never found his body.
最近できたアトラクションにもお父さんの新しいプログラムが使われてるみたいなの。
I heard that some of my father's research is being used in new programs in some of these
こ
attractions.
の館内のどこかにお父さんがここで仕事をしてたことを示す手がかりが残ってるはず。
There has to be a clue somewhere in this place about the work my father was doing.
まあもっとも
The
そ
original
のアトラクションはもう水の中に沈んじゃったけどね。
attractions are already underwater.
After that, we lapsed into silence. I didn't know if I should say something to her. I tried to think of what to say, but didn't hit upon anything. Suddenly, you stood up.
そろそろ BGM が欲しくなってきたな。
Kind of in the mood for some music.
こう愉快で軽快な音楽をさ。どんどこどんと。
Woo, too early again.
It's something light and fun if you know what I mean.
つうわけでもう一回イルカを回してきます。
So I think we'll get the dolphins spinning again.
ラナリもそろそろ見回りに戻ったら。
Takashi, why don't you finish looking around?
With that, she darted away.
Hey, you.
The dolphin started spinning again. You didn't come back. It looked like she'd disappeared to the corridor behind the merry-go-round. Well, I guess I'll get out of here. It was as if the dolphin saw me off. I left the room behind. Dolphin carousel. Situation? Normal. And that just leaves us with the souvenir shop. And adjacent to the corridor was a little room for visitors to rest, as well as a shop selling theme park goods. There's a sign with the LeMu mascot on it. This is where I had peeled the mascot costume off of the kid. That lemur thing called Mew Mew. In the shop were those lemur stuffed animals next to all kinds of keychains, hologram pendants, seafood snacks, and other stuff, as well as lemur stuffed animals. The kid was sitting on the bench next to me. He wasn't really looking at anything, but his gaze seemed fixed. Or he's just got his eyes closed, if you go with the picture. He just kept staring at the ground. I expected to see a hole open up in the ground. He's staring so intensely. He had his hands on his temples.
How's your headache, kid? What's the matter? Did you find something? Or did you remember something?
誰ですかあなたは。
Who are you?
I just told you a bit ago. I introduced myself. Takashi Kuronari.
あ、そうだったっけ。
Oh, is that right?
ここは、
Listen.
ここは。
Wow, that was a lot more words than I was expecting based on that sentence. This is...
どうして僕はこんなところに。
What am I doing here?
Great.
It's that amnesia thing. The kid couldn't even remember what he had just said. He just moved from one topic to the next, forgetting the last.
This is the marine theme park LeMu. Something happened and we're trapped here.
レミュー
Lemur?
閉じ込められたってどういうことなの？
What do you mean trapped?
That's something I'd like to answer myself.
それであなたは
Who are you?
Takashi Kuronari.
倉成武史
Takashi Kuronari.
Takashi means samurai in Japanese. Maybe you should start taking notes. You know, keep a track of my name, the other people, where we are and stuff.
メモか。そうだね。そうした方がいいか。
Notes. Yeah, maybe I should.
It looks like you understand what taking notes means. Take good ones, even when you're eating. And if you remember, you can make a memo of your name too.
I gave the kid a memo pad and pen I had filched from the
あ
kiosk.
りがと
Thanks.
う。ねえ、ところで今は何年なの？
Hey, can you tell me what year it is?
You forgot that too.
うん。
Yeah.
It's 20... shit, what year is it?
I searched around my pocket. My entrance ticket stub was crumpled and stuck to the back of my PDA.
That's right, it's 2017. Take notes, write it down.
わかった。2017年と。
Okay, 2017. He was taking it down. It looked like he hadn't forgotten how to take notes.
So, why'd you want to know the year?
ちょっと。
Yeah, kind of. What? Okay, I didn't read that wrong. That was not a correct response to that question.
Kind of.
年を聞いたら、生年月日ぐらいは思い出すんじゃないかと思って。
No, I thought that if I heard the year, then I might be able to remember at least my birthday.
I see. Come to think, you don't even know how old you are you?
No.
By the looks of it, I'd say you're not a day over 42.
え？
What? Surprised, the kid felt his face.
I'm kidding, relax, there's no way. You're probably in the neighborhood of like 14 or 15. If you're 18, then you've got a baby face. Jeez, don't tell me you forgot your own face.
顔？
Face?
Jeez, if you're worried about it, go take a look in the mirror. You could sketch a self-portrait in case you forget later.
そうしようかな。
Oh, yeah, maybe I will. Jeez, he's kinda rough. But his serious expression relaxed. That at least was good.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get going. When it's time, you come to the security office.
警備室？どこなの？ここはどこだっけ？
Oh, security office. Where's that? And where's this again?
ごめん、わからないよ。
I'm sorry, I really don't know.
It's alright, I understand. If you don't come, then I'll come looking for you.
頼むよ、たけし。
Okay, thanks, Takashi.
Hey, you
た
remember?
けしだろ？名前。
Takashi is your name, right? The kid had been taking notes, and sure enough, there it was. My name, Takashi on this pad, but spelled wrong. LeMu kiosk. Situation, normal. Alright, that's interesting. The kid is, like, far worse than he was when you were playing as him. I mean, I guess if he was that bad when you were playing as him, it probably wouldn't be super fun, but it's interesting how much his conditions change just by switching your POV character. Anyway, I took my PDA from my pocket and checked the time. There are 17 minutes until the time Sora had set. Wait, how do you manage to do all of that in only 13 minutes? That's impressive. I wonder where I should hit next. I don't really think it matters. I'm just gonna start from the bottom and go up. I don't know why, it just feels good. Infirmary. I arrived in front of the infirmary. Well, this is a theme park. It's also deep in the ocean and other facilities. LeMu's atmosphere is maintained using a mix of gases at an air pressure different from the outside world. It seemed that it could make some people feel ill. I reckon that this is the reason this room is so large. Beyond the huge sliding doors, a room decked out elaborately in shiny new medical equipment. I thought it could have something to do with LeMu sponsoring a major pharmaceutical company. The room was so clean and white, it was nearly blinding. There were two normal beds and one that looked like it was for surgery. There's also a huge machine attached to one of them. LMRI was written on it. I didn't know what it was, but it looked like it was some kind of scanner. I saw a shelf in the wall filled with medical tools and medicine. It's probably in case somebody fell or got injured here. Or felt ill or got injured here. It wouldn't be possible to move anyone outside, so they would have to be treated here.
そうだね。きっともう出られないよ。
Yeah, I don't think there's any way out now. I was getting used to surprises, but the voice startled me. I didn't know who was talking. I mean, it's clearly Coco, but somebody sure
みん
was.
な
Everybody?
助けに来てくれたの？
Help? Did you come to help? That sounded like Coco. But I didn't know who she was talking to. I couldn't tell where they
で
were.
もきっと無理だよ。
But it's probably impossible.
もうどこにも出られないんだ。
There is no way out anymore. What was she saying? I wondered if something had happened to Coco. I carefully inched towards the rear of the room. I noticed a squarish hole cut out of the floor. I peered down inside. Inside, there's a small elevator stopped. It appeared that there was another room directly below the infirmary. The voice is coming from there. I pushed the button. When the lift came, I jumped in. It descended slowly and silently. I arrived below. I noticed that the hatch there was slightly ajar.
Liar.
だって
Because.
I eased closer and opened the hatch.
Who are you talking to?
Coco jumped as if she'd been stung. She was sitting on the bed. Nothing looked out of the ordinary.
あ、タケピョン
Oh, Takapyon. Takapyon?
そうタケピョン
Yep, you Takapyon.
ぴょ
Huh?
んぴょんタケピョンタケピョンぴょん
Takapyon, Takapyon.
I don't know what she said. Whatever.
Safe place, Pokeball.
よくわかったね
Yeah, you got it.
I know the Nidoco song 17. But it's not Pion Pion, it's Pokepon, right?
そうそう
Yes, yes.
でも違うよ
Huh?
ココ
Coco.
Coco pointed herself as she said her name.
タケピョン
Takapyon?
Then she pointed at me.
でもってピピ3歳
Pee-pee, sweet.
A puppy face peeked out from under the
よ
bed.
ろしくね
Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you too. But haven't we already introduced ourselves? I turned upstairs with Coco. So you're calling me Takipion, is that it?
Yep.
Alright, I got it. So who are you talking with,
ふ
Coco?
に
What?
Oh, was it someone just in that room?
ゅいないよ
No, nobody was there.
ピピとちょっと遊んでたんだ
Oh, she's playing around with Pee-pee.
ぴょんぴょんタケピョンタケピョンぴょん
Pew, pew, Takapon. Takapyon, pew.
There we go. Got it that time. Whatever. I didn't think Coco would lie to me. There wasn't anyone else around. Infirmary, situation, normal. I don't think any of these situations have been normal so far at all, but okay. Let's hit the warehouse next. There's a room with no sign indicating what it was for. It caught my curiosity, and I decided to have a look. It appeared it was a warehouse of some kind. There are loads of boxes made of reinforced plastic all piled up. And there was a pushcart, boxes too big to carry, and some long and narrow that a person could just hold. There are all kinds of marks, symbols, and letters on the boxes, and I couldn't make sense of them. There are a bunch of round carbon capsules and drum-like looking objects. I wonder what was inside them. I figured I didn't really need to know. There's a hissing noise coming from somewhere. Looking for the sound led me to an air conditioner that was in bad shape, but still working. On the room's ceiling was a crane, complete with guide rails. One container was still suspended from above. It looked like it might have been abandoned in the middle of work. No one had any time to clean up. Everyone had fled at once.
Hey, is anybody here?
I called out once, but nobody answered.
There's no reason anybody would be here.
There was no reply. Warehouse, situation normal. I continued to the next corner in the corridor and hung a left. I went in the far door, which was open.
Huh? Where am I?
I had been aiming for the elevator, but wound up somewhere else. Sign said Kvala. I had no clue what that meant. Reading the explanation, I learned that this was a gondola in the shape of a jellyfish. I wasn't particularly in the mood for a ride. I checked to see that there's no damage to the floors or walls and left. The elevator was next to the jellyfish gondola.
Oh,
Scoomy was standing there silently. She was in front of the closed elevator doors with a stern look on her face.
so this is where you were.
It looked like Scooby had noticed me, but she didn't reply. Her eyes stayed fixed on the door.
This elevator doesn't go to the surface.
I was reading a nearby sign.
It says it's go to the floating island in Solnul, which is the elevator in the center of the floor. Hey, Scooby, just saying there's gonna make the elevator come.
そんなこと分かってる。
Yes, I know that. Scooby finally
さ
answered
っ
me.
きこの目で見たから。
I know because I just saw it.
Saw
エ
what?
レベーター。
The elevator. And as soon as she said that, she placed her hand on the closed elevator doors and started prying them apart. The door was stopped half open. I thought it might be broken. Scooby looked inside.
ほら、リフトは3階に降りたまま。
See, the elevator stopped on the third floor. Scared, I peeked in.
Oh, that's when we rode down it.
私たちが脱出した時のまま、あそこにあるの。
It's still there from when we escaped. A little box in the abyss. The elevator was about 20 yards down. I thought that the floors were fairly far apart, but I didn't realize actually how far.
Whoa.
Scooby suddenly gave a little push on my shoulder from behind.
Don't push. What do you think would have happened if I fell from here?
落ちたら死ぬでしょうね。確実に。
If you fell, I think it's you'd die. Most definitely. Scooby said it without a trace of emotion.
Jeez, why do you want to go and try to scare me?
あなたが臆病なだけよ。
You're just a coward. Scooby pulled on the doors, putting them back in their original positions. Just to be sure, I tapped on the elevator button a couple of times. There's no response. The lamp didn't light up.
Does look like it's getting any power.
ええ。それに、エレベーターのシャフトも折れ曲がってる。通電してもまともに動かすのは無理でしょうね。
Yes, and the elevator shaft is warped. So even if it was getting power, it probably couldn't move normally.
そうよ。このエレベーターは使えない。
That's right, this elevator is useless. After that, Scooby went quiet again. Silence was the rule for a while. Scooby rarely talked. She only said the minimum necessary. I thought that maybe she was trying to be careful of me for some reason. I wondered what it could be. I wanted to know.
Hey, why don't you show me what happened?
あなたには関係ない。
It's got nothing to do with you. I mean, that might have been true, but still. It's got nothing to do with me. It's got something to do with me.
Hey, you know something I don't?
何かって。何を？
Something. Like what?
Like about this accident. Like maybe something to do with the reason you're all
事
quiet.
故？これは事故じゃなくて
Accident? This wasn't an accident.
事件よ。
It was planned.
What makes you say that?
へえ。驚かないんだ。
Huh, you're not surprised? Scooby gave me a strange look.
あなたも何かおかしいって感づいてるのね。
So you feel like something isn't right too?
Well, maybe, I guess. Like, everything is just too neat. We can't communicate with the outside, and our escape routes are all closed. But we've got electricity and the air conditioning still works. It's almost like someone trapped us here on purpose.
ふん。見かけによらずまともなことも考えられるのね。
I guess you're not as dumb as you look. Scooby's expression loosened into a slight smile. It was a provocative smile.
What do you mean by
そ
that?
のまんまの意味よ。
I mean exactly what I said.
あなた、頭悪そうだから。
You don't look that smart.
What?
This chick. I'd love to tell her what I really think of her. That thought ran through my mind. But I thought that could really make me look stupid, so I resisted the
こ
urge.
れは罠よ。
This is a trap. Scooby's expression returned to normal.
きっとあなたは出られない。
And you probably aren't going to get out.
いえ、あなただけじゃなく、他の4人も全員。
No, not just you, but everyone else as well. All 4 of them.
みんな同じよ。
You're all the same.
Huh. Well, what about you then, Scooby?
私は、
I...
そうね。ここで死んでもいいかな。
I suppose I could die in a place like this.
それも悪くないかも。
It wouldn't be bad at all, I guess. Scooby looked upward. The ceiling was covered with artificial materials. It felt oppressive. She laughed again. Then she left, disappearing down the corridor, and I was alone. Jellyfish gondola Kavala situation normal. Elevator out of order.
Now.
I took my PDA from my pocket and looked at the time.
Yeah, oh no.
We were only 2 minutes late, but still, we were late. I jogged towards the security office. Coco and PP were close behind me. We went in through the sliding door. Perfect. Alright, well that feels like as good a place as any to go ahead and call it for today. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you all next time.